I don't know about this one. Narman's gonna level up the toss, sends him back to Force. They miss on the Brambles though, but the LSA won't miss. The Force won't get in a position where he's gonna be able to capitalize on a potential opening for that spear, so an opportunity going begging.
That's pretty bad for GEEK Fam. They leveled up Light Strike Array on the Lina. You're playing against the Invoker. The spell has absolutely no use for you. So, I mean, that's, I'd say that's a pretty great lane for the Invoker now, because it's gonna take some time for this Lina to apply the pressure that she otherwise would have done so easily. Yeah, the couriers are dying. There was a courier being dead on bottom lane. Narman took it down as well when the lanes were being pulled. Yeah, it just tends to happen. Couriers are way too slow in the early game.
Oh, so there's another one. All right, well, that's a pretty big courier. 6 tangos, ward, and a clarity. That's all the resources for the clockwork in this lane.
And they are close to the enemy tower against the Mars and a Tiny. Even if you're full, your life might be in danger.
Could get that toss back into the spear. It's always the thing that you're worried about in a lane like this. Actually going to be the ones to get aggressive first. MKS was able to find that second point in the shrapnel, so locking the Mars into a position means that Force is going to take a ridiculous amount of damage and will end up going down. First blood picked up by MKS.
Lingering damage of the shrapnel kills him. Level 2 shrapnel is just a big deal, especially against melee heroes. And I'm really glad that EHOME went for an aggressive play, not waiting around for them to get tossed back. No, we're gonna be the ones that apply pressure. They'll try to get the creeps into the tower. Oh, sniper is caught.
Narman has enough mana for the toss back. Force just needs to find the angle for the spear and will be able to do so with ease. So they should be able to get some revenge. Will they actually? MKS? Oh, did they place a tree? I think they did. Yep. I think that was Force that placed the Iron Branch. Oh my, beautifully done.
Yeah, you're not joking around that one. He gets into the trees, gets the, if he gets the shrapnel off, you actually can't chase with 2 melee heroes. You're way too slowed. Mid lane?
All right.
I think the arrow connected, yeah.
Oh, interesting. Will look like point blank, so maybe Cold Snap to set up real quick. Really nicely done. It's a big kill. Continuing to slow down the laner's game. Bottom lane as well, once again. Force is in trouble. Should be able to set up for the Sunstrike, and Knight is off to a flying start now. Second kill in the span of a minute.
Yep. And we already talked about their vision and stuff. If they're ahead, it's gonna be a problem.
Mid lane, Narman should end up going down. He's gonna run out to the left side instead. Sunstrike once again is on the mark, but oh, there we go. Last little right click will fly out thanks to Celad's positioning. And they're even able to get rid of the double damage rune as well. So, again, EHOME putting a lot of importance on starting to rotate to try and slow down the Lena's game.
Zhao is even chasing Scam on top lane.
Ooh, Scam.
Not even close.
Oh, what does he do now, though? Zhao is just going to posture aggressively. The arrow very close to connecting. Need to try and tip in to protect him. Narman and Roger both supports. A lot of emphasis put to try and help this life still in the tricky position that he's in at the moment. They haven't got the kill at the Zhao just yet. They won't even get Salad as well. And he's actually going to be able to TP out. Narman has got no spells. Sunstrike connects, but Skem just got enough region back thanks to the tower. And now bottom lane, Cogs pushes Force forward. Cox is actually going to look to try and TP down, but great positioning from the Clockwork will prevent the Lina from going on for the kill into the sniper. So instead, Cox, well, he'll just be forced to try and get the kill onto LWW instead.
Oh man, this is a Lina mid with a Tiny. Force might actually die. Oh, he's gone. Usually snipers nowadays don't take a point and assassinate, but I love 1 point in it. And MKS, he takes it there, takes down the Mars. The laning stage is a disaster for GEEK Fam. You pick a Tiny and the Lina, and you're expecting that you're gonna be doing well in that lane with the Tiny rotations and the Lina already winning. But Lina loses the lane. It is the Mirana rotations that make a difference. And Cox now has to rotate with Lina, which is not a great situation to be with this kind of a hero. You need to farm, you need to stay in the mid lane, but you're just not powerful enough to apply any pressure here.
Again finds a net connection, and they've got the Solar Guardian for good measure. Oh god, Cox's game continuing to get worse.
When a random arrow connects to you like that, man, you're gonna be so mad. Your teammate was on the left, the tree was on the right. You're going through that little hole there between the two, and you have nowhere to run. The arrow just connects on you, perfectly set up by the Mirana, but I don't even think Salad was thinking that was gonna be so nicely done.
Oh, bottom lane, Arena's gonna be laid down. Look to try and blow up MKS, but they've kind of split up their stuns. Toss back into Cox, once again TPing down on the Lina. They might even be able to consider the clockwork as well. Cogs kind of being an issue, but Salad, he's in fighting mode. So gotta be cautious though with the spear being on the mark. Godsruk's gonna push Salad away. It'll be up to the Sunstrike. We almost predicted him running back into it. But Xiao Yu's rotation bottom. Stop short thanks to the LSA. Cox will get some distance away. That is really big for Xiao Yu to TP down instead of using the Solar Gun. Of course it being on cooldown, so this gives a free lane over to the lifesteal top. Need to get this. Need to find this first rune for Cox. Hasn't been able to play with the power rune so far just yet. The wraparound will come out from Narman. And Lynch with the mini stun is able to leap away. They get the toss back. Cox force the Laguna Blade. But EHOME, they've had enough time to react. LWW is just going to charge into the middle.
Really?
Won't be able to close the distance. And now got a little bit cautious, but he's playing with some raindrops. So LWW will be okay. So this tower is taking a lot of damage though. Witchblade even completed for Knight. First point in the Wex. All the abilities at the ready for the Invoker. Arsenal. Could be something that they got to be wary of. Gonna be able to try and set up onto Narman. A lot of damage, but not enough. They do still lose the tower nonetheless though, so EHOME well and truly happy with that exchange.
When you don't have a mid lane tower, EHOME can come from multiple angles. So defending of top now is even harder. So I would say no. I think you just let it go. You just don't have the strength to go for it.
Potentially put yourself in a position to find this trade. This bottom lane getting shoved in, but of course really GEEK Fam, no one of them's really able to take objectives. You're really relying on a catapult timing, and unfortunately that's not going to come out for quite some time. Oh, they find Xiao Yu though. Toss back into the Bramble. They've got the damage from Roger as well. Maybe this time with the Bedlam. That's a big kill for them to find first death of the game. Xiao Yu was really starting to get out of control. Now top lane, they're going to look for the defense. Force in with the Arena, but no one's there. No one else is TP'd. They had them at the ready, but Force, he's now stuck up here. They're well aware of it. Into the tree line. It looks like there will be no escape. Blocked off the avenue and brought down with ease. It's not kind of the natural BKB builder, but now it's going to go for it pretty early on this game. Often if we do see the BKB, it's a little bit later. Sunstrike, where we cross the map. Dark Willow, one more tick and they'll be able to bring down Roger. That's where the Solar Guardian can come into play. They still want to stick around though. Skem's not the easiest kill. Rage will be able to bind.
You look at the lanes, you pretty much know where the entirety of GEEK Fam are.
Which is a big concern. If you know exactly where they are, then play is going to be very easy to read across the map. Can never be able to catch EHOME off guard. Really, the big item question for me is Skem's going Deso. So I was kind of considering it might be a Helbert top lane. What have we got? Dive under the tower. Narman will go down, of course. I mean, you kind of think maybe not too crazy worth it, just a support going down, but the fact that they're continuing to slow down this blink on Narman, and he's not going to get it for quite some time. He's got no gold in the bank.
Force has the Blink Dagger, and you talked about the Lifestealer itemization. No, you have to go for damage in this game. You just have to, because without the Lina, you have to be able to kill someone. So that's why he's like, okay, me and the Mars might be able to bring people down fast enough, even through the Solar Guardian. So that is what you're gunning for.
Scum's getting a decent amount of farm. 5th place in the net worth at the moment, so just putting himself down at this bottom lane. But again, it really seems like GEEK FAM just not in a position where they're ready to go. They do have that blink on Force. Potentially for them, it's just this roaming 2, Force and Roger together. They're going to be eyeing up Celit. There's the jump in, preventing the leap away, but the instant answer in the Solar Guardian. So Alton's going to be traded between the two.
That's okay. That's okay for GEEK FAM. When you know that you are right now creating space, you need to go for these aggressive moves that allow you to force some rotations and give you some info. So EHOME now, when all of them are together, they're not going to be controlling the map as well, and that allows GEEK FAM to go for this move. Lina will get close as well, and they know that EHOME are in the vicinity, actually going for Roche, being greedy.
Oh, this could be scary. Force, but the jump. The Terrori's going to be off the mark though. They'll be able to bring down the clockwork with ease, but the rest of the members on Die are going to be really cautious. They'll lose the Mars, acting as their bodyguard. And they're going to have to scurry back to the high ground. A Schem will be okay. Down to the south, though, still the trio alive, looking to wrap around. Roger's got the high ground. Could be able to find the angle. I believe the ward in the river was able to scout out Narman, so they know the Tiny is in the tree line.
Ward is down now.
Arrow to fly.
Middle tower is under attack.
Able to pass on through. Clockwork's going to TP behind them. When Force respawns, he's going to have Arena up in 15 as well. If they can continue to stall this. Roche is not even low as well. I don't think EHOME can force the issue. This is really scary.
Very good for GEEK FAM. Very good plays from them. They just need not to blow it up
LWW.
right now.
Gets a jump, sets up for the arrow, but there's the outer initiation. It's Force. He's in with the Arena, and this time it's on to 3, and they've got no response. That's what they were waiting for the Arena to come back off cooldown. But can they be able to bring down MKS? His Schem's going to charge on forward.
Easy.
They've got the open wound, so the life still puts them in fighting shape for round 2. An easy fight. What an engagement as GEEK FAM back in this game, and I mean, Harry Freak, it's almost like we saw in last game as well. That fight around Roche when they were playing from behind. Now they can potentially get the Aegis.
Man, GEEK FAM are so
oh,
good.
he's going to jump in. Arrow. Solar Guardian is even a bigger ultimate. Oh. They're about to respawn on GEEK FAM. Both supports are back alive. Oh my lord. Can they get in the pit though? Or she's falling. Someone's going to make the play though. We've got a Sunstrike for more of the damage. And the Terrorize is too late. Age is picked up, but instantly dispatch of the second life. Knight though, he's the important one to be able to provide the damage and stop GEEK FAM from getting out of the neighborhood. So in the end though, still doesn't seem like the worst for Dire.
Bottom tower. Dire's top tower is under attack.
Yeah, the fact that Lina's able to get out of that team fight. He's top of the net worth now. So much farm given over. Shadow Blade's going to be worked on next. And they've got some great wards laid down as well. So GEEK FAM could potentially look for MKS.
That was the
Hookshot under the tier 2 tower. I believe Sunstrike was just used prior, so they're going to be relying on the rest of the heroes to close the distance. But the TPs are coming to play. They're going to be cautious. They group up because again, Force for the triple Arena. They got all the cores as well as Knight will try and TP out. He'll just make it, but Force is doing so much for GEEK FAM.
What were they thinking? EHOME just played like they had the Aegis on the sniper and like they had the Solar Guardian. Zhao Yu didn't have a Solar Guardian for like 5 seconds and you just go, okay, let's go and dive the tower and attack this hero with the sniper when you have no items to save yourself. No BKB, no Force Staff, no Shard, nothing. And the Mars just jumps on you. It's all over. EHOME being overly aggressive now, making a big mistake. Earlier it was GEEK FAM making good moves, but now EHOME, just a big blunder from them, almost costing them the mid lane tower as well.
I see GEEK FAM look to smoke up though. Now the blink reveal. Infested the ready, they're gonna go for Zhao Yu. a beefy man, but with the Desolator, they should be able to bring him down with ease. And now they can look for more as well, as they'll turn their attention over to Salad. Of course, he's got some leap charges to be able to reposition, so Geek Fam happy with that. That's a dieback as well on the Dawnbreaker, so 70 seconds without him. Top lane, they might be setting up on Narman. Clock's got the hook shot. Has to be worried about the small camp, and it looks like Narman is aware. I believe he just got scouted out on still this ward that's giving them so much information by the small and hard camp by the top lane. So tier 1 tower is going to end up going down. So yeah, Geek Fam, this past 5 minutes or so, a lot is going their way. Might even be able to add another kill to the tally as Force. No hesitation with the arena. Happy with using the ultimate just to kill the clockwork. Gives him a little bit of bonus gold. Also with Cox as well to get them closer to their next set of items.
They're hunting Knight on top.
And I might be able to find him. They'll force out a BKB. He hasn't tried the TPR. We'll go for it now. The BKB is going to expire though. The TP may have been initially on cooldown. It just came up, but it gave enough time for the Magic community to expire.
I think not. I think he just didn't want to leave the top lane, and the second he got dusted, he was like, oh no. And then panic comes out, and in the end you just don't get out. And they're hunting for Xiao Yu again. With the 3 of them, they should be able to get the kill.
Might be waiting for the Mars though.
Low mana.
So they know they're off to the right side. Let's see if he goes for the blind spear. Gonna get the recognition of Xiao Yu's positioning. Starbreaker to give him space. But look at the damage from Skem. Early use in the rage. He might not be able to escape with the BKB pot from MKS. Gonna be able to kite through the Terrorize. But the Force Staff will enable them to reposition. They're gonna be cautious. The potential +1 from Cox is already TP'd in. They're ready to go once again from Geek Fam. They've got so much control of the area. Just who gets to jump.
Sniper.
Force. He's gonna run into LWW. No one here is nearby. Actually, Narman blinks into the arrow. So they're going to look to try and trade the lives of the supports. Laguna Blade will cut away the life, pull off the clockwork. So in the end, another kill for Geek Fam. And now this tier 2 tower could be under siege.
What a cool play from Salad. Man, he just used the arrow over his clockwork, expecting for someone to jump on top of him, and they get the tiny kill because of it.
Who would have thought it'd be Geek Fam that strike first in regards to the tier 2 towers? And they might even stick around, actually. Yeah, Lena cancels her TP because they've got a great ward, but Radiant potentially have a better one on the cliff. They're going to look to get the outpost, a potential spot for them to buy back and TP out to. The arrow will prevent that, so they're going to look to back off on Geek Fam. Hesitant now with taking this fight inside EHOME's jungle.
They're gonna wait for them to pull back, and then they're gonna go for the outpost. That is where you go for a fight. Tiny now will be
Force, there we go, he's in! Onto MKS, but the BKB still being on cooldown, but the Yules sets up for the arrow. This might be the opening. They're trying to get on top of the sniper. The damage is not enough. MKS can reposition. They've locked in the life stealer, and there's nothing they can do to continue to pursue on for more as EHOME make sure they're in a perfect position to protect their carry. And now Knight's already looking for more members as well. He'll catch out Narman with his pants down. 3 members of Geek Fam going into the grave. What a beautiful fight for EHOME, being able to stop some of the momentum. Because Geek Fam, they're smoked up. They want to get rid of this stalemate. They want some action potentially to set themselves up for Roche. It's going to be the long wraparound. They need a ward on the high ground to be able to take the fight. That's instantly going to be revealed, however. So well aware of the positioning. They'll look to jump in, actually. LWW with a counter initiation from Narman. Up to the high ground, but the rest of the boys, they're not there. The communication, they went for the clockwork instead, but it doesn't particularly matter. Narman will not go down. There's a numbers advantage, and he might need to buy back, but he won't have the hook shot to reinitiate for this Roche fight.
This is hard for Geek Fam. I think you go back to a stalemate again. You have this gem, so the thing that you want to accomplish with it is to make sure that EHOME don't have vision around the map. I would like to see Cox running towards the bottom lane, push in that lane, and then TP back. Oh, he's TPing immediately. That might be an opening for EHOME.
All huddled up around the top side of the map. Knight's really the only one showing at the moment in this mid lane. They're starting to move to the Invoker's location. They're getting closer and closer. Able to get a glimpse of him in the tree line. Gotta be so cautious if he pops out. They're ready to jump. I see the meatball. They might just jump blindly, but again, they don't know if anyone else is playing behind the Invoker, potentially baiting his own life. And there's one thing we do have to quickly mention. Invoker has his own Hex, so this could come into play with his potential fight in the river as they get the jump. LWW starts onto the Mars to drag back into the arrow, but Skem's in the middle of it all as well. Straight on towards a sniper. They need a way to be able to reposition. That's where the Force Off is able to come into play. But Cox, he's in pursuit, trying to charge up forward. Useceptor will buy some time, but as soon as he lands, a BKB will send them out to the right side. As GEEK FAM, more than happy with the initial trade they've gotten, and they even want more kills as well, as Skem's not done just yet. Hurricane Pike up in a couple of seconds. It just will make it away. No bashes out from MKS.
OV gets the bash there onto the sniper. The sniper just dies, but this is the Roach open. Clock does have the buyback, but you have no Invoker. He just bought the Hex, and GEEK FAM, they know about it. So
still have Arena.
I mean, GEEK FAM can just run into EHOME right now.
Yep.
No BKB on the sniper. There's not a chance EHOME can win with a good initiation from GEEK FAM.
Let's see. Clockwork's a little bit too far away as well. They're going to get the vision, but they won't be able to capitalize. Maybe it's on Xiaoyu with the jump in. Look at all the AoE stuns. Aegis still on the deck. It won't even matter though. The heroes are just melting to the damage as Cox reigns supreme. All white from the face of the earth as GEEK FAM get everyone.
Mind you, Ares, that's Arena not being used. Mars getting hit by an arrow. EHOME had absolutely no chance in hell to win that fight. Like, no chance in freaking hell to win that fight. And they still went for it. So very, very bad decision there from EHOME. Thinking, okay, if we don't get this Roach, it's over. That might have been true though. I have to say, late game, ultra late game sniper, this kind of a lineup that relies on having the positioning and the enemies have a gem. All of the vision is in their hands. Maybe you have to go for that play, but there was absolutely no chance you're winning the fight. So GEEK FAM, they win and they still have the arena. So they'll take one, maybe even two lanes of racks and still have the resources necessary to fight again.
Ooh.
That's some serious tunnel vision from Narman. If I see someone, I'm jumping.
Yeah.
Bam, creeps, bam. Okay, that's
nice. What? First hit bash, make it a second one. They get the Lina. Xiaoyu's playing with a BKB as well, so he'll be able to escape to the high ground. EHOME are back alive, so... Alright. Yeah, they want to go in though. They're ready. They've got the arena. If anyone pops out, they're going to jump. Confess, not
They
there.
still have the Aegis.
See Salad. The target they want to go for though.
Yeah, the racks, the melee racks are very low. I thought the Lifestealer was gonna go for them with the rage and just finish it off, but he decides it's better to push out the waves, and I think that's the right approach. GEEK FAM, if they play this slow, there's no way they're gonna lose the game. The only way you lose, you get pulled into, oh, we can take this, and then you lose all of your heroes, and suddenly the game is back into the favor of EHOME. But no, they take it slow. They will push in the waves. They will wait for the Lina and Tiny. Okay, he can't do it.
The backdoor protection just came up. Oh, what's going on? Oh no, Narman. What the heck? Oh, a little bit of gold, a little bit of experience. Almost MKB completed on MKS.
I don't know what Narman was thinking there, but okay. Cool attempt at something. It ends up only being his death. Even with the ward there, just unable to escape from the sniper. Even when he used his force staff during the force, he got healed up, so not even the whole distance of the force staff was covered there.
Hang on, MKS. They're looking to try and get the spear into the arena. The force is off the mark. Now with the bash, Xiaoyu's gonna look to reveal that. Hook shot doesn't push him through. Force should be out. They're gonna back off with smoke. It was under a ward though. GEEK FAM are ready for this. You've got the refresher as well on force. Tying up in 15 seconds. They get the initial hex though. Jump in. Can they be able to get rid of the Mars? A big start to the fight, but of course he's got the Aegis, so ready for round 2. Off to the left side, 3 heroes getting control from the Cursed Crown, so they've been able to split up the formation. As Narman with the toss back, it's onto the Dawnbreaker that doesn't have a buyback, and again, the rest of the team, they're under the vision. Gotta be so cautious. They're not ready for this. They're unaware. Force is ready to go. Naman's gonna follow as well. They'll toss the sniper out of the base. They don't have buybacks here. How are they gonna hold for 70 seconds? Clockwork's caught out as well. A random spear flying through the tree line.
Radiant's bottom.
Short answer, Aries, they're not going to hold for 60 seconds. Yeah, they call GG. They're done with it. GEEK FAM have done it. Man, what a performance. Twice in a row. Twice in a row, they lose the laning phase and they just come back. In terms of movements, EHOME, their laning phase was good both games. They had it.